Hello and welcome to another West March Guys live stream. I'm your host and DM, AJ. This is my lovely cast and crew. Say hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Hey.
That was kind of lackluster, but either way, there's too many of them to count. I'm excited, so we're gonna jump into it. First and foremost, still sponsored by McCarthy Farms and Power Up the Band. Any news? Power Up?
Woo! Halloween show next week, Friday at the Tank in Feeding Hills.
Ooh, the
It's
tank.
gonna be
It's
spooky.
gonna be so good.
Are you dressing up for it?
Oh yeah,
Oh, good, good. Do we get a sneak peek about what you're gonna be?
no.
Cool. All right.
You'll
Well,
you'll find out. Uh.
all right. Well, that went over my head. So let's get into it. Where we left off. We are about a stone's throw away from Thaddeus's fleet. You guys are getting your long rest in as you head towards your VRF, your auxiliary fleet that was coming in from Visundu. A long-awaited arrival. Last session, Tajma confided in Finn a little bit, or not Finn, in Etrian a little bit. Heavy Neck was caught and imprisoned. Sheila was exorcised, finally. And Nocton and Loratus, through a late night study session, had learned a few things about a quote unquote separation ritual that could more or less, like, theoretically sever the connection between Heavy Neck and Jeremy that y'all have found. To go over that once again, it is 2 pounds of obsidian crystal or an exotic gem of some sort, which equates to 20,000 gold pieces worth of gems. You know that it requires a human soul, and the ritual needs to be performed during a full blood moon during the Geminid equinox. Now, let's wake you guys up. As you guys start to come to, you will notice that there's a little bit of a stink, like a different stank. It's a stank, like with an A, along with a dull, sort of like burning, ashy smell filling the main cabin of the Terror of the Deep. As you stir to uh, get onto your feet, you start to walk towards the airlock. You notice that you have visitors. Surrounding Xander is a few familiar faces. A very large and hairy bugbear carrying a great club. Well, I guess the great club would be rested right up against the steel of the ship. Um, she is talking to a white dragonborn that is clad in half plate armor, along with Sir Riker, who is looking just as disheveled as ever, basically hungover. He is kind of nose in a book, uh, leaning up against one side of the posts. And then you have smoldering in the corner, clad in what would you say would be what would Jet's battle ready armor look like, Finn?
Uh, Black studded leather. Um, that's pretty much it. Yeah, the battle ready stuff is black studded leather.
Okay. His arms are crossed. Full, he's on the opposite end of the ship, just kind of staring at the ground. Next to him are two fairly similar looking younger men. I shouldn't say men, high elves. Uh, you don't really recognize them, but they look like they have very similar sort of like scale plate, like sort of sporadic armor. You would recognize the armor from the tournament fight, but you don't quite pin what their faces are because you never saw them. But it looks like they are well armed with two sets of short swords. One has them on his back, the other one has them on his sides. One is a little bit younger than the other one, with short, spiky black hair for the older one, and a set of bobby moppy curls on the younger one. Xander turns to you guys. Hey, good morning. His arms outstretched. I pulled an all-nighter myself. I picked up a few friends for you.
Thank you.
You hear from the corner, "Fuck you, we're not friends."
Okay. Never
Oh, I
mind.
remember you. You won the tournament.
Yeah,
You just barely beat Magmar.
I remember you.
I wasn't
Asserting
in.
us.
I wasn't in the tournament. Oh, that. Yeah.
Spits on the ground. Yeah, I'm not here for you guys. I'm here for this. I'm here to protect my home, and that's it. Stay the fuck away.
Yeah,
And
that's legit.
and then he like goes, and then he just like kind of like leans back again, and his eyes, his burning red eyes, kind of disappear behind his like very furrowed brow. Phantasma comes into view. Ah, good, you are awake. She's like wringing out her wet hair from obvious like her morning swim. Good morning, good morning. Welcome everybody. How did you sleep? Finn, you look like shit.
I feel like shit, but
You
I
want
feel better than I did when I went to sleep.
I'm uh, you I'm hoping you do. Do you need to eat? Can you go get something?
Yeah, well, we have.
I don't know. Go mold like fucking stale Triscuits, basically. Maybe some
Oh,
like
yes.
2 day old bread, like honey bread,
Honey bread. Do we have any beans?
and leftover coffee from Nocton and Xander's late night study session. Nocton, to quickly divert to you since we're there. Um, while you were able to, once you were up, you took a quick look around. You did notice that Loratus did leave you his bookcase. He is not here, but there is a folded piece of parchment that has been stuck to the front of the closed bookcase.
Okay.
And as they're having this conversation, you go up, you open up the parchment. There's a little note. It says, "Emergency at home. We'll be in touch. Be safe." Signed, Loras. Underneath, there's P.S. Tell your captain he and Sheila can keep the earrings for now. ...
I figured, yeah.
And so, Nocton, you shuffle back into view, or you shuffle back to like the back of the group. Um, Phantasma looks around you. So, is everybody? This is a weird way to say, prepared to prepare.
I gotta
Let's
go reincarnate somebody, don't I? Wasn't somebody dead after our last battle?
um
Ishkar, I think.
yes, Ishkar. I don't
It's been a very long time since last night.
I don't see
It was a long night.
go check the infirmary. I think Notre Dame stayed here. I don't know.
Yeah, we left him. He was in there. We had her covered up.
Okay.
It's comfortable.
But yeah, you could probably go do that now.
All right, I'm gonna go do that.
Well, so here's the rundown of today. I believe we have at least a day and some change between us and Thaddeus. So, I have organized a basically mission debriefing that we and all of the other captains of the fleet will hold on the Terror, because she looks at Finn, because it's going to be protected. We're going to have all of them here, and we are going to actually go over what the plan is for tomorrow. And then once they leave, then we have the night to stay, and then we will make our approach. Sound good?
Yeah, thank you for taking care of all that.
Yeah. Don't worry. It was the least I could do since like I've been so useless. How
Sheila, hey, Sheila, how are you feeling? You feeling better than you were last night?
Feel much better.
Are you like with us? You with us again?
Well, I'm as present as I've always been.
No, I mean with us specifically.
Yeah, of course.
Oh shit, heavy neck's
I'm
here.
with you,
Where's the little one?
but I'm also with Heavy Neck.
Oh, I didn't
Shut
see
up, I'm
him behind you.
moving.
Are we
Sorry,
working on getting him back, right?
Yeah,
Didn't we undo him too?
no, you kept him like strapped down and he's alarmed. so that he can't go anywhere.
Oh, I thought
I don't
we-
believe you moved him. He's just been. He's
We
literally,
did not move him.
he's literally been like strapped to the floor of the main deck with an alarm spell all over him.
Oh,
We've-
I thought we ungayest him.
And then we weren't able
No,
to use
no,
it.
you were not able to do any of that sort.
We still got to figure out how to undo
You
him.
basically, you guys, to jog your memory, before you guys did any other actions, you guys noticed that there was some ethereal connection between him and Jeremy. And so nervously, you guys decided not to do anything rash, fearing you might sever and kill Jeremy in the process. So you have him basically just locked up right now.
Yeah.
Right.
When's the next blood moon in the Gemini equinox thingy? That's not tonight, is it? It'll be real nice if it was tonight.
Roll me a nature check. D- DC is gonna be 25.
Oh, I'm not as. Oh, I'm gonna guidance myself. I always forget in this campaign for some reason I can do that to myself. Let's see if it even makes a difference. It's not gonna make a difference. No, it's not gonna make a difference.
Where are you? Where to go? Oh,
Good.
on.
Go. Oh, I rolled a 17 total.
Yeah. You mean you understand that like the equinox is when they're like during the lunar cycle, like the day hours are basically equal to the night hours, but what a Geminid equinox is, you have no fucking clue.
Yeah, that sounds like a made up thing.
I mean, technically they're all made up, darling.
Yes, that's very true.
But I don't know what it is either, so maybe we can go get somebody who likes it.
I mean, I could just do to him what we did to Sheila.
Can you do that again without taxing yourself?
I
Incredible.
mean, no, but I would just fuck myself over completely. Is it worth that for Heavy Neck?
I was thinking, why don't we just throw him in a cage and wait till the dust settles?
That's
A
fair.
very elaborate and rogue-proof cage.
Look, I hate to keep being this guy because it's a little bit brutal, but he can get out of stuff really easily. We can
Okay.
regrow limbs. I'm just gonna put that out there, and everyone can do what they will with it.
Whoa,
I
whoa,
side
whoa,
with that,
whoa,
Julian.
whoa.
Look, if we
I'll
have to kill him, we
settle for
kill him.
cage.
Wait, say that again, Sheila. I did not hear you.
I'll settle for cage, or it'll be rage.
Well, no, Etrian made a good point because a cage he will just escape from.
But if
Well-
he has no hands,
Can't
This is
box
true.
with no fingers.
We can regenerate his hands afterwards.
Easiest thing in the world.
You want to deal with that afterwards? You want to deal with
Well,
him
maybe it's
for the
maybe
end of forever?
he just like leans over, so he's like, maybe it will cut some sense into him. Or wait, chop was the better. Maybe I'll chop some sense into him. No, that's bad too.
I get what you were going for, but
I mean,
Anyways.
I could bring him somewhere under the ocean, like oh, well, we are under the ocean, somewhere else under the ocean that he can't possibly go anywhere else from.
Would he die? Because if that's the case, we just kill him.
No, not necessarily.
Not necessarily. Okay, but
Put him in a house outside of Gnosi.
then he'll probably rain havoc in Gnosi.
That he cannot breathe underwater.
we just well, didn't we have suits or something last time?
Yeah, there exist suits. You
Well,
can
not-
figure it out.
He would have to get from wherever I put him to a house that had suits.
You just have guards stand outside and not give him anything except for food.
Okay, so most people in Gnosi do not have suits because they are all Aquan elves.
Also that.
That's true. Okay. That's a lot to how fast do you think you could do this?
In 12 seconds.
Okay.
I mean, is that what we want to do? Is that
Well,
like
here's the problem. It might take a while to. I don't know who could use. I don't know if they have a jail set up. You know, so like go in there, then they have to fabricate it.
I don't think
I
it
mean, it
needs to
doesn't have
be
to
a
be-
jail, right? He can't breathe underwater. You just put him
Yeah.
in a bubble,
put him in a house?
and
Put
then
him-
he's stuck
Literal
there.
house arrest.
Basically in house arrest.
Take away all of his items. Just He has something.
Like he could try and swim somewhere, but where's he gonna go? To another house?
He
He
might
could
be
go to,
amenable to that.
could go to Pam's, and then he could.
We let them know what's going on, right? Don't we have friends down there that can kind of help us out for a minute? Just maybe make sure no one goes in or out of that house while he's there.
Hey, I'm
All
only
right. I mean,
What
that's
about
fine.
that? What about that island with the birds of whatever?
Oh, Birds of Paradise.
Birds of paradise.
Hmm. Okay.
Where the fuck's he gonna go from there? Aren't they all dead?
They are all dead, but I think they might have building supplies to build the ship. I'm saying, okay, we leave him at Birds of Paradise and we leave him one hand.
That's all you really need.
Okay.
And
How
some
does that sound?
Do we want to do that?
one leg and 1 foot.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah, all right. So yeah, we take his foot, we take his hand. And then we leave him there. We obviously heal him up so that it like cauterizes and that it, it's okay, but like
So I'm failing to understand what removing limbs is going to help us with.
He won't be able to escape and cause us problems until we get back. And
I do not trust that small being with any of his limbs.
well,
that was
Well,
my original plan.
well, if we don't give him something, he dies. And then if he dies, it seems like Sheila's going to try and kill us all.
Well,
she
he
said
doesn't.
we
He
take
doesn't
any
die
hit.
for at least 3 days.
Yeah.
That gives you 72 hours to prepare.
Because you can go 3 days without water.
Okay.
Oh, we can give him supplies.
I don't think so.
But he won't have hands to use them.
I really
I'll have
don't.
1 hand. And a foot.
Take a hand, take a foot, leave him on Birds of Paradise. Call it a day.
Yeah, leave him supplies. Because like it wasn't his fault, right? We just found out that he was in fact mind controlled basically the whole
Or,
time.
or just take both hands, leave him both feet. That's
Yeah, no, that's a better idea. Okay.
at least to be able to run away from something.
No hands, 2 feet.
All right.
No, just
Aye.
take a left hand and a left foot, because that would suck to have both missing on once.
Well, just-
I believe crippling is the idea, so that would make sense to take one on each side or one on the same side.
same side. I think yeah. 'cause
Truly cripple.
How is Heavy Neck reacting to all of this right now? As we're like discussing
you
naming.
can't hear anything. He's become fairly quiet.
Okay, he's just
You can't really see him like because he's blocked by a lot of things.
Oh, wait. I just thought of something. Thaddeus has access to his mind. He will be able to find him, and his magic people can just teleport to him and grab him.
That's unfortunate.
Fuck.
well, we could poke out his eye.
I mean,
God!
you guys have resurrection spells. What if we just kill him now and then bring him back in like a week when we can deal with him?
I
Here's a
mean,
question. If
look-
we wouldn't any magical effect affecting him go away?
If he died?
who knows?
So let's kill him real quick, then revivify him and see if that works.
Yeah, but then what happens to Jeremy?
We don't
I
know.
guess Jeremy's gonna toss the dice with us.
we're
But Je-
reviving him.
We don't know if Jeremy dies or just disappears entirely.
You hear
I don't really know who
hear
Jeremy is.
Talon's voice come from behind you and goes, "Guys, I'm sleeping, and I really think that maybe Jeremy should be a part of this conversation." And then just like rolls back over in his bunk.
I think that Jeremy should not be a part of this conversation. So,
Captain counts for 2 votes.
All right, so what do we want to do? Because honestly, it kind of seems like this. Julia brings up a great point. We could just bring him back if he's really that important.
Everyone's concerned.
Is
about
there any likelihood that we are hoping to possibly use his unique set of skills in the coming battles?
I mean, he would be useful
Nice.
if we could trust him,
Yeah, he's real good at
Which
killing.
we can't.
which we can't.
Even when he was normal, it was still iffy. But
Exactly. Like he always kind of seemed like he was the wild card.
yeah, but now he's definitely this. When he was wild card on our side, it's fine. Complicated.
He's like the party's asshole.
Yeah. Yeah, he's an asshole, but he's our asshole. I mean, we can just leave him tied up a bunch and break all of his arms. Right?
I mean, we
mean-
could go back to that plan where we just keep him here with no hands and no feet.
Yeah, we keep him here.
Holland would be willing to feed him, I'm sure.
Nocton, do you have like a containment unit that you could fabricate out of one of those like one of the, you've got to have something in that lab.
You know, I think my long night may have made me not quite think straight. However, when you mention this, I could possibly convert the current spell storing system that we had been using for healing up until now into a spell storing system for resilient sphere. However,
You're talking about refueling the ship.
no.
Changing how the engine functions. So you don't heal from it anymore, you use it for the spear.
From the ship.
We never healed from the ship.
You never did that.
We regained spell slots, which is
By-
quite valuable.
by grabbing the core.
So I had installed a long time ago. This was maybe, I don't even remember, a gem that stored several I forget how many it stores, I'll look it up, but stored cure wounds for when we were on the ship.
Using it as one of your artificer.
Yeah.
Okay,
As an artificer infusion. So
okay.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. Perfect.
and it was installed into the ship.
Yeah, I follow. I totally forgot.
Now that has since been removed, I believe, for other infusions. However, I perhaps might be able to fabricate some sort of sphere containment system. However, I could not guarantee that Heavy Neck would not be able to fight his way out of it.
That is not a bulletproof plan, and we need one.
Agreed. If you would like a physical containment unit, aka a cage, that could likely be fabricated.
Let's go with the cage. Let's go with no hands.
I was going to suggest a cage with no door.
That's fine.
Yeah, a cage with no hands doesn't make a lot of sense at all. I mean, it doesn't.
We just teleport him inside of it.
Yes, exactly.
Build it around him.
Yeah, just build it around.
Unless we encounter the same issue of Thaddeus attempting to teleport him
As
out
long
of it.
as long as you keep him here on the ship, Thaddeus has no way of knowing where he is.
Yeah. Also, if you make the cage small enough, he wouldn't be able to like get in there to get Heavy Neck.
That's true. You could make it so small that it's like almost like a coffin. You hear that?
Oh.
Buzz? We're going to put you in a coffin.
So I'm not sure how many of you have recently been in my quarters, which I hope you haven't. However, if you'll follow me, I think that I'm going to bring people in and show them my sleeping apparatus.
Nostradamus is in there.
Yeah. Have you guys entered that room yet?
He's in the med bay, I thought. Is that the same thing?
No, it's a closed off door. Here, let me bring you guys to the chair.
Oh, right. Nostradamus is in there. Oh,
Nostradamus is in there with dead Ishkar. So
Yeah.
Yes, that is.
The door is closed.
Okay, we will not show you at the moment. However, when you mentioned the word
You guys.
coffin, some people may describe my recharging apparatus for my mechanical parts as coffin-like, and it could likely be modified to contain a small creature such as Heavy Neck.
That's fine. I don't care. He doesn't need comfort.
Yeah.
Just needs to be alive.
That can be arranged. However, I believe we should take care of Ishkar first.
Yeah, I can go do that real quick. I'll go knock on the door.
You knock. You knock again.
can we just magically lock him in a box?
With arcane lock, if you could cast it, if you guys had access to the spell, probably, yeah.
Somebody have that? I don't have that, but somebody else I'm sure does. Artificers, either of you? No? What about any of you?
Etrin, you hear?
New people?
Come in.
Okay, I go in. Good morning.
He's so as you walk into the lab, Ishkar's body lay back face up on a stone bed. He has not. It looks like he has not moved from his spot. His elbows are resting on the bed with his hands in a prayer position. His forehead firmly planted on the center of those his fists. And as you open, his head slowly turns to you. And you can see that this man has not slept. He is very exhausted and distraught. He goes,
Well, I'll give him a greater restoration. I'm like, all right, you ready to try to bring her back? And remember, she'll be alive, but she'll look different. As long as you and her would both be okay with that. I did go over that with him last session.
yeah,
Reiterate now that he's had 8 hours to not sleep on it.
I think that we explained to her that this was our only option. In an emergency, she'll
Well,
be
as with all, I don't know if you're familiar with resurrection spells at all, but there is a
slight.
component which is very important. So if she is not happy moving back in a different body, she can just not come back. So just a warning.
So you're saying she might not come back?
It's up to her. I can prepare everything and give her the path back, but I can't force her back.
He almost you can almost hear like a chuckle as he snorts through his nose. He's coming back.
All right. Let's do this. Can we get her on the floor?
Sure. And he, even in his exhausted, well, now no longer exhausted state, just effortlessly picks up her body and gently places it onto the ground. He like takes his hand, he kisses it, and then he puts it on her forehead.
All right. If you want to hang out here, you can. It's going to take about an hour. And once she's all situated, put like a pillow under her head, and then I sit down at her like cross-leg at her feet and kind of start meditating. And over the next hour, all of the ways the ship inside is wooden, correct? It's not metal inside.
Wooden floors, metal paneling.
That's fine. Wooden floors. The wooden floors start to grow branches and vines and comes up and envelops and makes like a cocoon over her body.
Oh, awesome. Nice.
And then starts kind of like not glowing, but there is some light coming out of it, and flowers and moss and all sorts of like bugs out of nowhere, just all sorts of stuff. And then I'm going to sit there for an hour meditating until they come back, and then I can roll a D100 whenever you want.
Okay. So as you're doing this, you hear Nostradamus ask you, may I touch it?
Yeah, it's very resilient.
And he puts his hand on it, and he breathes aside. He's like, I can feel her breath.
It's very powerful magic.
It's slight, but it's there. It's warm. And like he's just like, hey, I mean, he is so hopeful right now. He's like he's pulling out everything he can to try and make himself feel good right now. While this is happening, the rest of you on the outside, Finn, you're asking people what?
Who one of you has to have arcane lock? No, one of you.
So, if the DM will allow it, I can have arcane lock. I did just level up last session.
Yeah, you can pick it.
So yeah, I can have arcane lock.
Okay. So,
But like new guys, none of you have arcane lock.
they all like so you go barbarian, cleric, cleric, paladin, arcane trickster. I guess would Jet have it?
Arcane trickster would almost definitely have it.
Jet.
I don't know if they always have it prepared.
My Jet did not have it, and
Okay,
I guess
so
Jet could.
Yeah, if your Jet didn't have it, it didn't have it.
My Jet was more of picking locks than setting locks.
Yeah. Okay, so Jet doesn't even look in your direction, and the two call them the Hornfeld boys. They look at each other and go, you know, we actually know where to get like a spell scroll of one if you could take us back to Port Royal really quick, but we didn't bring any. It didn't seem like a thing we needed for a naval battle.
You know, that's honestly fair. Yeah, you know what? Nope, that's valid. That's valid. I'll give you that.
It's okay. We're very sorry. And they're bowing, and the other one's just like, dude, Spark, stop fucking bowing. You're not home. Anyways, everyone just kind of looks right back at you. I mean,
What do you two do? Are you both like wizards or something? Or
we were not properly introduced. My name, actually, hold on. Let me go look up his real name. But
the rest of you are very apparent what you do. You two,
Go either way.
Uh,
Next campaign, everyone's wizards.
yeah.
Let's go.
you especially, I love that you're just like a fucking fire wizard underwater. Same like him. But yeah, anyway.
Where in the fuck? I collapsed all this shit and I shouldn't have. Oh, there's Jet. Okay, we're getting there.
Mhm. And they have a really silly idea.
Oh boy. I mean,
Do not set the ship on fire.
That is not the idea.
Yeah.
Does anybody here have reduce?
That'd be hilarious.
We have that collar.
be funny.
I do have the collar. Actually, that is a much better idea.
You want Heavy Neck to be smaller
Put him in a small box.
and then lock it
Indeed.
and then drop the box to the bottom of the ocean.
He will be harder to feed and
We don't have to feed him. We have 3 days that we don't have to feed him.
Yeah, fine.
fair
So-
enough.
Give him some like
Well, 3 weeks that we don't have to feed him. 3
You can
days
put
so
a
he doesn't
piece
have to
of
have
bread
water.
in there.
Just give him like a little water horn or whatever.
What are those small creatures people keep as pets?
Hamsters.
What are
Cats.
these things?
Cats.
No, smaller than a cat. I'm envisioning the small mouse-like creatures.
Chihuahua.
A mouse?
Perhaps
Hamster.
that. I have not heard of that.
A rat.
Small fish.
Regardless, I believe that we have some solutions here. Who here has reduce?
don't.
You got the collar.
Oh, right. Thank you. Again.
Yeah.
Uh,
So we slapped the collar on him,
Take it
reduced
8 hours,
him,
then.
Coffee is gone. Yes.
and then put him in a very small box without his hands.
And then put him in Sheila's bag of holding.
I mean, we could pretty much just put it in a cabinet.
True.
All right, somebody
That
make a note of
box-
that so we don't forget.
So
guys,
while
guys,
Ishkar is
box,
being
another box.
resurrected, I will be mending the collar of reduce.
Okay.
And
I'll help you with that. Mend.
excellent.
Phantasm was like, we put that box inside of another box, and we put that box inside of another box, and it's just and it's just
And
Just
just put
some-
arcane locks on all of them.
That is not a terrible idea. I do believe that perhaps arcane locking a double box would be
I do like the
excellent
we
thought.
reduce him, we put him in a box, and then we put that box in sort of like a bag of holding or a chest, and then we leave him.
Bag of holding, he would
Okay.
unfortunately expire. There is
Ah,
no
shit.
air in bag of holding.
And then
Oh.
we put that bag of holding into another bag of holding.
Do not do not ask me why I know that there is no air inside of a bag of holding.
Oh, you're into that? Weird. By the way, my name is Norston, and this is my brother Rulio Orenfeld. You can just call us Spark and Slash.
Slash.
That's me.
Cool. I'll remember you. That was awesome.
Yeah,
You
Which
did
one
the
was it?
banish thing. You banished someone with your swords. That was cool.
Yeah. Little trick I picked up.
Yeah, no, that was sick.
And you hear under Jet's breath, some fucking trick. Anyways, me and my brother are here.
Oh yeah, Jet kicked your ass. That was awesome too.
Yeah, he is a handful. But we've actually been doing some good in Port Royal since you left, and have been keeping the Undercity from devouring the entire. So
Thank Christ. Yeah, I'm sorry we couldn't be there. We had to.
look, we understand. But-
Sending him there was the most convincing thing we could possibly do to get a hand up on him.
Yes, but we did we did hope that maybe this would help spark maybe some assistance in the future with our ongoing problem. Not to try and divert attention from the task at hand, but just so we're clear on intention. And he like
So-
bows respectfully.
Yeah, no, for sure. I can't obviously speak for everyone's intentions after we deal with Thaddeus, but it seems a lot of people are in need of some cleanup, and
There's still much to do in the world.
I can go back.
yeah, we may end up. I don't know. I don't know what's in the future, but if it is within our power to help you, we will.
And that's why we're here today. Thank you. We appreciate that, and we will fight to the best of our ability. The Moppy head coach, yeah, we're gonna kick every single fucking Fog member's ass. We're gonna kill him, and we're gonna throw him bodies in the and he puts his hand on his chest, and he just like calms down a little bit. Save your energy.
I can't wait to see that. But also, if we kill Thaddeus first, I think you won't need to do that. But
That is a good point. All right, so let's start making some actions here. Nocton, how long will it take you to finish the color?
No, about an hour or so.
Okay, so after he's done with the hour, I believe we should be arriving with the fleet somewhere around that time. Maybe we have like a few extra minutes to spare, but by my calculations, we should be arriving or hitting them within 1 to 2 hours. So
can all the captains gather on one ship and then just swim down to us?
So what I was thinking was we could do that, but also wouldn't it be easier to just bring the ship up and breach it?
I
Because the
believe that
ship
would
is
be
still
showing our hand at some
The
point.
ship is still protected from scrying.
That's true, but not all of the other ships are, and they could still see it from the
Okay,
outside.
so then we have swimming down as long as we're not deep, I guess. But
Yeah, we can stay like 10 yards.
Hey, can you teleport them in if they
We
all get
would-
on one ship?
we would need to be because so wouldn't it be weird if he did see because I don't dude, it's so scary what he can and cannot see.
So
Um,
we all meet on one ship. I do a circle, and we all come to the.
it's
I
going
meet them up, and we do a circle and come here.
it's going to be 32 captains.
32 captains. That's
We are
so
going
many fucking captains.
We are going to have every major captain from every ship onto this, so
There's
that
32. There's 32 major captains.
when we get with the Visundu fleet, yes.
So if we would like,
Every captain will be there this is an important debriefing. This is where we succeed. So
I
yes.
do have
30.
the ability to let people meet on an extra dimensional plane and just pull out a rope and it's rope trick.
Where's that been?
how
That's
many
not a very big space either, though, is it?
Oh, I've seen
Ye-
that. That's not big enough.
how much
Sorry.
space is that?
I think it doesn't really say there's a space limit. Hold on.
Mate, there's no way that's big enough.
Yeah,
Maybe I don't know. I'm just assuming.
it's very much easier if we just either do. I mean, because if we have a day, Finn, could you possibly just
I could.
teleport?
I could do like extended. Oh, I could do like the big circles, and I could just do 2 big circles.
8 medium or small creatures. You cannot fit the whole crew.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
All right, tell everyone to meet on at least 2 ships, and then I'll just go up and I'll teleport them down from. I'll circle them down from 2 ships.
Okay, that's fine. I'm okay with that. I can go do that while you guys get yourselves ready.
Because I forgot I can do like the bigger circle with my shit.
Bigger stuff, yes. It's quite extraordinary. So I like that plan. I will communicate that with the captains, and I will look to well, actually, Nocton, notify me when you're ready to start when the cage is ready.
Will do.
So fast track it a little bit. You guys kind of putz around a little bit. You hear Riker comes up to you, Magmore, asks you how you're doing, asks you what you've been up to, makes fun of your armor a little bit.
Come on, this looks good.
Yeah.
How's the drinking been?
Oh, and he like puts his hand on your shoulder. He's like, it goes. It's actually that's why I'm here.
Oh,
full disclosure, I kind of woke up here. I don't remember the last like 3 to 5 days.
Oh, so you were on a bender.
Yeah. I mean, it was the week. It was like a long weekend. Yeah, but I mean, I just want to fight, and
Oh, you're in the right place then.
and I got a lead on another book, and
Yeah.
I was feeling good. Okay, so it's on a different fucking continent.
Of course it is.
Yeah, it's on uh, Antithios,
Okay.
somewhere around there. I don't know where. It's just they have an old library somewhere around there that I gotta go to. So I
Okay.
was feeling good, and then like the booze hit, and I don't.
Well, we're about to plan a giant fight, so if you'd like to partake, you're
Got
in the
that.
right place.
Got that. Are we fighting with you guys?
Yes. No. Well, not against, like with us, yes, not against us.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Like, because I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Like, don't really do great on ships.
Yeah, water's not my thing, but here we are.
Yeah, it's stupid, but good to see you, man. And he will. You guys can kind of like, putz around some more, and finally, Etrian. What does it look like as? Oh, Etrian had to BRB, so they both had to BRB. Two people I need to talk to. So
So you two are wizards, yeah? So okay, so you're spark and slash, yeah, but like what are your thing? What's your thing?
Yeah, what are your
what's our
You you do swords, you cast magic with the swords, right?
That's cool.
Okay.
I just want to get a feel for this so I know like what we're dealing with out in the field.
Yeah, we use swords. We're trained fighters.
Oh, you both use the swords. Okay.
Yeah, we both use swords. I mean, we are capable. We're mostly fire. A lot of the spells that you saw are items. Like they're like I don't know how to cast spells. It's more of like technology that kind of does it for me.
Oh.
Yeah, like I mean, like so like and he like kind of spins around and you look to see at the armor and you finally get a little bit cleaner look at it and it more resembles kind of what Xander has. As you can see, some of the armor, like there's actually an underlayer that looks like it's almost like woven fabric that looks like it has these silver lines that run across it. He goes, "Yeah, my gift from my dad. He's him and his brother, and they're all really smart. But I mean, I'm good at fighting, and so is my brother Spark. But we
Alright.
basically do the same thing. We have boots that we can fly around on. Xander was saying something about how we might be needed as like an aerial crew. I don't know. But
Yeah.
we're flying slash basically.
Cool. So we should warn you about the flying things. There's like flying dark griffin things that are going to be in the air most likely. So just heads up about that.
Dark Griffins, the
Yeah,
little
like-
one. Rulio says.
Yeah. What's the name of them? Julia knows, I think.
Oh god, you're gonna make me do this.
I actually had to look it up too because I forgot.
She'll find it in a book.
Deep crows.
Deep crows.
They're like horse bodies, wings, jagged teeth, mandibles. They shoot fire. No big deal.
Slash looks utterly confused and almost like a fan of monsters. Spark goes, "You don't know what those fucking things are? Oh, they're so fucking cool. Oh, they're found in like the abyss, and they're found in sometimes the Shadowfell. They're basically griffins, but they have these crazy little hooks. Oh, and they got these cool wings and talons. Wait, we're gonna fight those things?" And
Yeah.
like
So we faced off
his
with
eyes
like
get bigger
6
and
of them. We faced off with like 6 of them and killed 1, and then the rest left. So there's a lot more than that there. So good luck. I wish you the best.
I don't need luck. Oh god.
As
You get to
team
fight those things,
as
spark
part
those
of Team
things.
Flyer, like
Those are very dangerous. Remember, just easy spark. Can you? Like, he's very hard to tamp down.
so nobody else here is arcane, right? No, just Jet.
Snort through his nose. Etrian, now that you're finally back. As these guys are conversating about catching up with who's who. What does it look like as your spell dissipates, and can you roll me a D100?
Yeah, everything on the outside dies and turns to ash, and just kind of like is gone, and the floor has like little bits, like poking up a little bit, so it's not quite as even. Sorry, Nocton. And then underneath there is this person's new body, which is
What is it?
24. Is a dark elf.
Oh, okay. All right.
Nice. Okay.
What class was Ishkar? A fighter or a
Fighter.
paladin?
Fighter.
Nice. That's not the worst.
So
Dwarf.
as the ash like just settles, and her eyes start to flutter open, not Nostradamus puts his hand on her chest, smiles, and goes, "Welcome back." And a groggy sort of similar voice, I guess, accent, but a little bit different pitch. You hear, "What am I doing? What happened? Oh." She tries to get up. Nostradamus like holds her down and goes, "Honey, now we brought you back. We had a battle. You died. We had to bring you back. We only had this option. So," and he grabs one of her hands and puts it to his face and is like, "You might find some differences." And he like kisses her hand, and she pulls it away. She can see that it's completely different hand color, like nails darker, almost like this like sort of like navy blue color. She goes, "What happened?" And she slowly gets up as Nostradamus like pull her upwards, and she looks down at her and goes, "Oh, honey." And she puts a hand out to her and goes, "Where are my tusks?" And like see tears just roll down her eyes. She goes, "I," and she's like moving her mouth, and you can see that like her eyes are darting back and forth, like there are a million thoughts, a million emotions that are being processed in this moment. She goes, "Will I stay like this?"
I mean, we can keep trying if you want, but yeah, you'd have to die again. Eventually, it requires very expensive spell slots, but or components. But I will be able to do like a true resurrection, and that would just create you a new body.
Nostradamus just cuts you off, puts his hand over your mouth. And he's like, "If you want, we will fix this." She goes, let me take this in. Let me think about it. I feel like I need to rest. Is there a bed? And Nostradamus is like, "Yes, let's get you some clothes first." And like he'll pull some spare like wrapping, some cloth, wrap it around her. Look at you, Etcher, and go, "Do you have spare clothes?"
I mean,
I will.
barely wear clothes. I have
So
leg
s-
parts.
s- I'll come in and bring in a chest of clothes. I'll have heard them discussing.
You've been like trying to get into the lab for like the past hour. Like, I need my tools.
Yes. And I once Ishkar is dressed, I would like to go over to her and I'm going to say, "I can't even imagine how you feel at the moment, but I thought that something familiar may help." And I disconnect the sword that she gave me from my arm and I give it back to her.
You go to give it back, and you see pride well up in her eyes. She puts her hand on it and pushes it back towards you. "That was a gift for you. I will find my own way, but I appreciate it. It's very kind of."
Understood. Should you need anything that I can provide, I am here to provide it.
Thank you. I will find a bed and some. God, I'm hungry now. Where's some food? And Nostradamus is like, "Well, let's go," and he, like quickly like brings her up to her feet. Is like, "You okay?" She's like, "I don't baby me." So what? I just died, and she just walks out like, and like gives like this like weird like, Magmore's seen it. There's a girl at work that like kind of like drops to one
Oh
knee.
my god.
And she like drops to one knee. Nostradamus goes to try and grab her, and she barely makes it. Picks her up, and they like kind of like strut out the door. The rest of you see a unfamiliar looking drow walk out of the lab, followed quickly by a Nostradamus with his hand around her hips. As she kind of she'll catch eyes with you at everybody, but she'll kind of just like begrudgingly just like wave at most of you without any words. They go over to the small little like kitchenette set to start scrambling for any food. Finn?
+1 for Team Elf. Hell yeah.
Nostradamus, she doesn't move, but Nostradamus shoots a look at you that I won't make you roll for it, but it definitely is meant to instill fear in you, basically telling you to shut the fuck up. And he gives you like one of these. She turns around. I know you're just trying to help.
No, I'm actually psyched. Like you were beautiful before, but you're still beautiful, and it's great. There are orange slices over there. They're kind of dehydrated. I just had some. They were pretty good.
Okay. She's already just like throwing things onto a plate. Nostradamus is also making a plate for her to take, and they will stroll off away from you guys to the furthest bed around here.
Yeah, everything sandwich. That's a good idea too. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh, he
Burrito
puts
bowl.
her in the bed. He goes, "All right, so what the fuck are we doing, Phantasma? You said there was a plan. Yeah, we're going to have the debriefing soon. We should be arriving with the fleet, I don't know, maybe in an hour or so. So just kind of rest up, and we're waiting to see our friends. So I will communicate with the captains. They know the plan, Finn, and I'll let you know when they're there. So
Hell yeah.
you guys can have another unfortunate hour to yourself because you're moving a little bit slower with the damage that you guys took. But after an hour happens, or after an hour goes by, you hear terror. Let's
Yeah.
go see our friends.
Oh, that's you. Okay.
You guys, Phantasma's like pointing to everybody around. The VRF are in sight.
All right. Time to go fly. Which ship are they on? Are they on Albus's?
Yeah, I believe we can make contact on Albus's ship. We can I don't know how long they've been there, but we prepped them with what they need to do, so hopefully they're all in one spot. And just
How many of them are there of the VRF?
VRF.
Oh yeah, for anyone who didn't know, we're meeting the Visconti Reserve Fleet. I know I didn't tell everyone that, sorry.
Oh, I'm just kind of along for the ride.
Yeah, we got them a while ago and they've been on their way here, so
That's good for us.
Finn,
Yeah.
request, when you're seeing all these people, can you see if any of them have a really nice bowl that's worth at least 1,000 gold with gems and stuff on it?
a bowl?
A bowl, like a big bowl, gems,
Okay.
worth at least 1,000 gold. They won't get it back, so it'd be like donation to the cause.
Okay. If I imagined Albus would be the only one that would have something like, or that could have something, I'll ask it. All right.
The pirates, they gotta have some loot.
All right. I will. I know what his ship looks like. I'll meet them there and I'll bring them all back here.
If they can get a couple, I can do the spell a couple times.
What spell are you trying to do?
I can do Hero's Feast.
Oh, that's a good spell. Okay.
They're gonna be prep for tomorrow.
All right. I'm gonna go in the airlock and I'm gonna swim and fly.
I'm gonna start getting all the folding chairs out. All
Yes.
32 of them.
Swimming and flying fucking sucks right now. This is very exhausting.
I'm trying to find the amount of ships that there. Wait, no, hold on. I did it legit, so I can take you guys to, I believe it's here, zoomed out. Yeah, so it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, sorry. 5, 5, 12, 13. 13 captains being moved from the Vasundu fleet to the Terror fleet, the Grand Resistance.
All right. Off to the bellows wind.
Okay. Are you warning him or are you just showing up?
I'm gonna fly to them.
Okay. All right. So as you Finn only, correct?
Yeah,
it's-
I'm gonna swim up to the surface and then fly, which I think
Alright.
I'm the only one that can do that, other than maybe Nocturne.
So an odd, kind of nice bit of silence greets you as you empty out into the water and swim straight up, breaching it into flight. And you feel yourself. It's almost like there's a wind that pushes you faster almost. It feels like like almost confidence is starting to like billow under your wings as you see the fleet of ships laid out in front of you, and you turn your head and you look at the fleet of ships behind you, and you really start to take in how many moving pieces have been a part of this plan. And you realize that all of these ships are on your side. They're flying under your flag. And you get a little bit of a boost of confidence. As you search out the bellows wind, you look for its many sails, and then you land right on the deck. Taken by surprise, a lot of these men are just kind of hanging around. But you do see in front of sitting in front of what you can assume the captain's quarters are, because you've been here before, is a fairly large grouping of individuals. And no one recognizes you at first. And all of a sudden you go, "Oh, look, hey, he's from the Terror. Oh, sir, oh, right this way." And like everyone just starts to like point you towards the back of the ship. And as you approach that large group, you can see that. Go ahead.
Finn's gonna give everyone like a respectful nod as he like walks.
Oh, like, dude, there are people like that are bowing. There are people that are like just awestruck as you're sort of just like gliding past them.
He's loving that shit, but yeah, he's just gonna give everyone a respectful nod.
Yeah, I mean, pupils dilated. You can tell that all eyes are on you. As you step forward, the group of smaller captains parts to show the very small gnome with the door just starting to open. Ah, Finn. Showing up whenever you like, as always. Good to see you.
He's a general, right?
Yes.
General Cloverfoot. Lovely to see you. Glad you made it.
It was a bit of a journey. We may have lost some. You know what? We didn't fucking need them anyway.
Oh, I'll find them later. Don't worry about it.
We're stronger for it. Now.
You have a list of their names, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm gonna need that later. We'll deal with them after.
I have every single man who deserted me. The only thing we're waiting on is and you see, I'll just say cinematically, a rope just with a hook latch onto the railing as you feel the ship kind of like lurch a little bit as
Yeah, they are.
Kong and who's the other one? I forgot his name. The two orcs of the Bale brothers step forward as they go, "Captain, good to see you," as they come up and just give you this biggest bear hug, lifting you off the ground and then putting you down. "It's good to finally see you."
Orlok.
Orlok, there you go. I see you bought your friends. Didn't know
Oh, yeah.
you had so many.
Yeah, you see that? That's kind of cool, right?
I've never seen so many ships.
General Cloverfoot's the only one that's seen it so far, other than right now. But I told you.
It's what was that word? Awe-inspiring. That's the word that I was trying to remember.
Well, you're
I've
part of it.
been
You're
learning
all-
so much.
You're all part of it now too. So
Well, what is the plan then?
well, that's what we're here to discuss. We're all going to meet on my ship.
Okay. I believe I have all of the major captains here.
Silly question, but nobody has a fear of being underwater, correct?
Or small cramped spaces.
Fuck no.
Cool. All right, how many? There's 13 or 14 of us. Oh, fuck me, I gotta do the big one. All right.
All right. So, using your mage hand, you hear a bunch of "Oh my god! Oh my dude, look what he's doing!" Like, and crowds. There's literally a crowd is starting to gather as you and your mage hand start to draw this large diameter circle. As everybody starts to file in, men, women, double file line, right one behind the other. You're gonna get on and be fucking respectful. As they all kind of like will like slowly file in as you complete more and more of the circle, until finally you're able to complete it with a flick, and you watch as a blue and white light sort of smolders from the circle, and all of a sudden encases you in this opaque cylinder as you guys feel a rush of warm air come from below and almost pull you down. You
Yeah, I was gonna
hear-
say Finn is really gonna brace himself as we land.
As all 14 of you sort of just kind of like pile into the front of the Terror of the Deep.
Can I do something once they all appear? Before
Yeah.
we get started with the planning session, I want to use my Helm Detect Thoughts. Because I was able to sense the weird stuff in Sheila and Heavy with
Yeah.
just the ambient detection, not having to delve deeper. That gave me more information. So I want to have Detect Thoughts up and just constantly recast it with my helmet because it's at will and greet every single captain individually and see
Okay.
if any of them are infected with whatever that thing is.
All right, crew of the
Yeah.
Terra, please line up. Everyone, I would like
Okay,
everyone to
good.
meet everyone.
All right, so you haven't grabbed your like reserve the actual fleet captains yet. So this is just the Visundu reserve fleet. You need
That's
to go.
fine, I'll do it with them too. Just anyone that's going to be
Just make
actually
it-
anyone that's involved because it's ambient. So I'll check everyone in the room.
Where's the Terror? There it is. Okay.
Are you
Cool.
happy, AJ? I'm so paranoid. I don't trust anybody now.
Oh, it's great. This is what I expected. All right, cool. So you guys could all of them line up along the bunk side of, let's say, like over here.
Can we move
Not-
Heavy Neck somewhere?
I was gonna say Nocton.
Everyone's like, "What's he doing?"
Nocton, you specific. Oh, he's not even here. So
There he is.
there
I'm
he is.
here.
All right. So what have you done with Heavy Neck? While
So
you were made to understand that there was going to be a lot of people on the ship and you need to move him.
correct. So there is a large chest in the back corner that has been chained to the deck.
Okay. You do have two large chests meant for inventory in the basement, in the second floor, down here.
I have moved it to where it is within eye line.
Okay, so you brought it up. Perfect.
There is like a runic alarm spell around it,
Okay.
and it is about the size of, like, if I were to cram myself into it, that is about as big as the chest.
Okay. So it's like what, like 3 by 4 by 3?
Yeah, I was thinking a little bit smaller than that, so probably like 2 feet deep, like 2 feet tall, and like 3 feet long.
Okay, I got you. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
And it's like it's chained and basically bolted to the deck.
He's got real
Uh,
chest do not open vibes.
I
Yeah.
can't wait for like some like stupid captain to be like wander off from the meeting and just be like, oh, what's this?
As people teleported in, I was in the process of like rigging up this elaborate pulley system so that if the alarm triggered an additional like
Box falls.
box, just like at that point, I was like, well, I've got this stuff.
What in the Wile E. Coyote bullshit is that? I love
Amazing.
And it's not complete. So like as people start coming in, I sort of like
it.
stop and put it to the side.
Dude, the rumors of you guys holding Pandora's box are just already gonna start.
And then just taped on top is do not open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, they have that box. I really want to open it.
Do not open normal chest.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
Captains of the Vasunda Reserve Fleet and the Barrel Brothers crew, I must ask, you will see things that may be curiosities to you. Please do not touch anything.
You hear Cloverfoot chime in. You hear that, boys and girls? Not a fucking thing, or I'm taking your goddamn fingers. And as he says that, you hear a yes, sir, and they all like click their heels together and snap to attention.
Finn's gonna look at the Terror crew and be like, "See that? That's what it should be like all the time here."
To be
Listen,
fair,
all right.
if they touch the box,
your
they will
hopes up.
likely lose more than fingers.
They are all they are without question focused, staring forward, and are like they're not like they hear you, but they are just focused on being attentive. So
We just want you all to be safe. That's all. I must go and receive the rest of my fleet.
While he's doing that, I'm gonna check everybody for whatever that infection, whatever that nonsense was with Sheila and.
okay, so you can do that from a distance,
For
correct?
bad vibes.
Yeah, basically vibe check. Yeah, I can do it from 30 feet, but I'm just walking up and down, just saying hi to everybody, being like
He's-
so intrusive.
It's giving them a mental pat down.
Yeah, basically.
All right, cool. So you go through all of the mines.
Violating everyone.
You like
surface thoughts.
the vibe you pick up is both nervous, excitement, and eagerness, but you don't feel any presence or voices or anything within any of the captains.
Can I head back over to where Heavy is just to make sure I still recognize the feeling?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's not the spell. They're just clean. All right, then I'll wait for the next bunch.
Okay, cool. So they all stay where they are at. Albus kind of starts poking around. Never been on this ship before. It's quite elaborate. And he like takes his cane out and he just like taps the metal sheets. So we're underwater. Fascinating. He goes up and he like tries to look out one of the portholes and he's like it's like trying to see out of it.
You want to go outside real quick? I can help you breathe underwater. You wouldn't die. You can at least see what it's like.
That was rather sinister sounding,
It was.
Petrian.
I forget not everybody has the same stuff that we do.
The captains will be here momentarily.
You want to go outside real quick?
I believe
see
I
what
could
they got
just,
in.
and he's like, if I could just, and he like takes his foot and he jumps onto one of the bunks and like takes his cane and holds it against like the opposite posts and is able to like stick his head, look through the board. He goes, it's not as exciting as I thought it was going to be.
All right.
I was expecting like aquatic life everywhere. It's
Oh, no.
just,
Oh,
and he like
depends on
looks at it and goes,
location.
it's just empty.
The
You wanna
deep
know-
ocean is an endless void of despair.
Yeah, you want a nice tropical area. If you go down far enough, though, there's some really cool ocean life.
It's truly hell down there. Don't go down there.
Don't believe you. And then you see a bright flash as Finn is going to come back. Finn, you teleport to Bryden's ship, the Cheap Trick, as that has been the central hub for most of them. Captains, similar scene, have all piled into the middle ship, like around the middle mast. Bryden is chit-chatting with Adrian, Barnaby, and Rain. As you finally descend, they all look at you with eagerness and go, It's good to see you, Captain.
Likewise. How's everyone feeling?
Good. The men and women have been, for lack of a better word, and you hear Adrian shout, "The fucking board, and they're ready to fight. That's what we're fucking dealing with."
And Finn's gonna point over at the VRF and he's gonna be like, "Do they see that?"
Yeah, it's a lot of ships. Didn't know. To be honest, I didn't think that this was gonna happen.
They're for us. You're welcome. Anyway, you all ready?
And he puts his hand on your shoulder and goes, "And that's why we've named you our master liaison."
What the fuck does that mean? I thought I was like general of this shit.
No commandant. What?
We all have equal roles.
Oh, okay.
Just wait. Don't worry. But I will say, for this debriefing, we will need you to step forward. And when we ask you, we just need you to go over all of the things that you have been able to see and scout on his fleet so that we can inform the men of what exactly kind of forces we're dealing with. They know it's going to be a lot of ships, but you guys have seen all the horror.
Oh,
when-
yes.
So when we ask you, just go up there, say it like it is, make them understand exactly that what we're dealing with, and then that's really all we're going to ask of you to do.
Each of us on the Terror have been in the thick of it at this
You
point.
guys will be, so we will, the way we will set it up is there will be the panel of the main captains of our fleet. We want you and what everyone seems to call you. We want you and the terror squad behind us.
Okay.
We need better PR, man.
Yeah.
I won't let them know that that's what we're being called, but we've been called worse. So
That is what they belovedly named you. I didn't think it was gonna hold, and it got traction. So,
Via Macania had a much less kind name for us.
well, this one's endearing. But yes, we will want your whole team behind us because don't worry, we all want to make sure that they know how important you guys are to this. Okay?
All right. Each of us, I'm just saying, each of us will have something to share because,
Then share
it,
it. You guys
and
are
especially Nostradamus Malamute, who many thought would not be in our corner at this point, but he has turned. Well, obviously, he's turned many in our favor. He's with you, but he has, innate knowledge of the gold sales.
Yeah, we will. Nostradamus will have chance to speak. So will Cloverfoot, along with all of us. Okay.
Yes. All
All
right,
right.
shall we? How many of us are there?
There's
More than 10. God damn it. All right.
you're the big one.
Yeah.
All right. So as the
How many
crowd
times
gathers
can you
around
do
you
that?
to once again cast your enlarged teleportation circle, you can bring yourself to the Terror of the Deep as
Don't touch that chalk.
oh, sorry. He like everyone else kind of like jumps over it to get into the circle. But you guys can zap back, and you now can feel that the terror starting to feel cramped as you're sitting there. All of you on this side of the airlock, and then everyone has basically been piling in around here. So,
I'm gonna check the new bunch for signs of
all right.
shenaniganery.
So, just gonna put a bunch of circles here to represent all the people. It looks like in the hour of recovery, Ishkar has begrudgingly gotten herself up for this. So she is standing with Nostradamus, albeit weakly, but she is there and awake. The rest of them start to pile in. Etrian, you, you pick up. Roll d20 for me.
Just straight D20.
Yeah, straight d20. This will be funny. Where is it? Is it collapsed?
I got
Nine. Okay, so it's only one person, but you get down the line and you're like, he's staring over your shoulder, like not even looking at you, and you hear, "Holy shit, dude, Phantasma's so fucking hot. Oh my god, things that I would like." Whether or not you want to stay around for his thoughts, but like looks like he's starting to like go and be like, "Oh, dude, the things that I would fucking do." You're
I
like, "Nope."
turn it off. I turn it off, and I like clap him on my shoulder, like, yeah, I know. And then I walk over and give her a big kiss.
He like snaps out. He goes, "What? Wait, what? What?" And, like, it just goes back to staring. But no, it seems like all of your captains are sound of mind.
All right. I let Finn know. Not it's just real weird because I didn't tell anybody what I was doing, so I was like, Finn, they're all clean. Don't worry about it. You can say whatever you need to.
Oh, I see you wearing the thing. Yeah, that's a good
Yeah,
call.
I kind of tapped the mind read thing.
Thank you for doing that. You know what? I was gonna do this to myself, but I'll do it to you because you can run I guess interference in the case of anything. And Finn's just gonna like grab you by the shoulder and cast True Seeing on you.
Trippy.
Nice.
Well, I have really good perception too, so I'm constantly looking around for anything out of the ordinary, anything weird.
We'll do. Where's the other guy? Cloverfoot will be this guy.
Do you see any secret doors? Not did you sneak anything into the construction here that we don't know about?
No, I mean, unless he did not communicate that, so.
You might see several compartments around that you weren't aware of, but I didn't
Oh, nice.
specifically conceal them from others. I just didn't tell people they existed.
I make a note of where they all are.
Okay.
So we start checking, like, what's in here?
There are absolutely magical items behind at least 2 of them.
Find anything good? No. What's my loot? I don't steal anything, but
I would hope not.
Well, welcome all
All right.
for the first time from most of you to the Terror of the Deep. For anyone who does not know, my name is Captain Frostin Phoenix Sidonis. You can call me Finn.
So cool.
oh yeah, I turn it back on so I can hear they all really think about Finn as he's talking.
Yeah. You'll pick up a lot of envy, a lot of almost lusting after like the mystery of him. Like it's like because they don't know very much about him. All they know is like they can think of like that he's basically him and his team have basically been the entire reason this exists. So like it's almost like someone taking in like that the visage of a superhero or an avatar of the god.
Nice. We're like
Etrian, if you are like facing me at all, you're just or like Finn, you're just gonna get like tiredness.
yeah, I figure. Just like God, I want to lay down. I want to lay down so bad.
I really don't want to be doing this right now.
So Phantasma will pick up on this.
And well, I just wanted to say it is a long time in the making, and many of you did not know about the other. But we are all here for one purpose, and that purpose is to end the reign of Thaddeus Decatur and the Black Fog Company.
Woo! Taking the words right out of my mouth, Finn.
My crew, the crew of the Terror of the Deep, which some of you have called the Terror Squad, I guess.
Terror Squad. Terror Squad.
Oh, okay. We have been, along with Nostradamus and Ishkar, have been into the thick of it. We have been in the fog. We have faced off with the gold sails and the black fog and the purple fog and the green fog. And we've been in just about every color fog that exists at this point. Many of you have faced the deep crows. There are many more. There are fucking evil sharks and shit swimming around beneath the ships. There is a lot of shit that we're gonna face. And this meeting is to allow everyone to know everything that we are going to be looking towards.
Yes.
And
Thank
with that,
Finn. Thank you for introducing yourselves, setting the tone. Let us introduce ourselves to what we are going to call the generals. You are going to listen to them. They are your superiors. It doesn't matter if they are part of the VRF or if they are part of our resistance fleet. You listen to us. Now, well, thank you all for your courage and strength. This will not be an easy task. Every single one of you will be vital to the success of this fight. A fight, as Finn put it, is a fight to control the 9 seas of this world. Now, do you think that him and that monster and his goons should have that power? You hear a bunch like, fuck no. Good. That's what I want to hear. Now, we have a lot to get through, so please limit your speaking. We'll get to questions at the end, but listen to us speak and we'll get to it. We'll get through this. So first, introduction. Me, myself, you may know me as the Baroness. Phantasma, you may call me the Baroness. Head of strategy. Bryden steps forward. Captain Bryden of the Cheap Trick. Master Navigator. Adrian steps forward. Captain of the Rebel Vanguard. Chief Engineer. Adrian. And he nods. Rain chimes in without stepping forward at all. I'm Rain, captain of the SS Bluecrest and Interfleet Communications. I'm O'Reilly, captain of the Collider and leader of the Vanguard Fleet. You see his fiery red hair step forward. Where am I? Nostradamus, captain of the Widowmaker, commander of the Golden Dawn. I've been told I'm head of armaments. Phantasmus. And this is General Cloverfoot. He is the general of the Visundo Reserve Fleet. Please show this man every fucking respect, as he has put not only his life on the line, as we all have, but he has spat directly in the face of the largest naval power in the Northern Hemisphere. What do you, Captain? The bellows wind. Finally, Finn, he has already introduced ourselves. Captain of the Terror of the Deep, Master Liaison, leader of our special task force, as you all know them. And I will call them something. I will call them the entire reason that this is possible. She holds out her hands and points at every single member of the squad. They are the reason that the Black Fog hasn't blanketed the world yet. They know what it takes to beat these monsters. I stand behind them wholeheartedly. She pauses. Brian takes a step forward. Thank you, Baroness. Now let me set the stage for the battle ahead. Finn, you've already laid out the details of their forces. You can go into it at greater detail if you'd like. But I will lay out, and Phantasma will be back to discuss the strategy and the movements along with Nostradamus. First, what we're scouting has uncovered, we're looking at upwards of 30 ships sailing under the fog. Now, we have 34 ships, so yes, we may have the advantage numbers, but from what the Terror Squad has seen, they have the firepower. They will be coming from the southeast fast, as well as the northwest, hopefully slow. The wind has been predominantly in their favor from the south, so keep that in mind as they will have the advantage wind-wise. I wouldn't expect that to change in the next 2 to 3 days. Not like we have that time anyways, as it seems like they are within at least 24 hours of us. You hear you see a bunch of nervous glances shoot from people in the crowd. And hopefully the weather holds, but I would suspect that we'll be fighting wet. So make sure that you're ready when the storm hits, both metaphorically and physically. And you hear a grumbly voice of Kong kind of lean over to Cloverfoot and go, "What's metaphorically?" Cloverfoot responds, "It means that there will be an actual storm and the storm of fighting during the battle. It's a play on words." He goes, "This is why I don't like words. They play too much. Brian steps back. Phantasma, Nostradamus, nodding at each other, step forward. Now, thank you, Captain Bryden. Can I have a show of hands? Who has seen naval combat? Besides everyone else, you watch 17 hands in the group of captains raise. How about combat? And that is excluding bar fights. 23 out of the 34 raised their hands. So how many of you would consider yourselves combat ready? You see everybody's hands shoot up. It's better, but eagerness will only get us so far. We need everyone to understand that every decision that we make out is vital to our success. So first thing, once we have scouting confirmation of the location of the fog, we will organize ourselves into 4 lines of 8 or 9, depending on the numbers. Once we see his main southern fleet, we will sail directly at him. You see a bunch of nervous looks again, like people like, what the fuck is going on here? With the Collider and the Rebel Vanguard leading the charge. Now, I know what you're thinking. Once we close the gap, we're going to split directly in half. One goes left, one goes right. Once we do that, we'll be able to hopefully pepper them with as much firepower as possible. And then when we get to the underline, we'll switch. Nostradamus takes over as he says, once we split, that's where the real fun begins. Once we circle back, we'll switch positions as they start to like make these hand motions of like surrounding the fleet. We'll be switching positions until the lines break. Once the lines break, you are basically on your own. I would suggest captains try to stay in groups of 3 to 4 to keep the fog ships from getting too close or from being surrounded, which shouldn't be a problem because you'll be able to see them coming with the fog up. You hear a voice and a hand raised. How are we supposed to know what to aim for if they're covered in fog?
You aim for the fog.
Phantasma chimes in. That is where the terror squad comes in. They know how their fog operates and how, more importantly, how to get rid of it. They seem to be housing something called a fog spawn, a creature that latches onto the ship, something like a hermit crab, and offers them the fog cover. Keep in mind, they can see through the fog, we cannot. However, the air fog cannot move from the ship, so you could approximate the ship's center of the fog, or at least be damn near close if you can see the edges of it. Here Cloverfoot goes, that seems highly unlikely given that we could only approximate the distance. Laterally speaking, we have no idea how far they actually are. Exactly. That is not our plan, though. We have a team of flyers. We have Rain, followed by the Skylancers, along with Barnaby, and this terror squad has brought this is Xander with his own flying team. Once they are out there, they should be able to destroy the fogs, hopefully systematically. And as fogs dissipate, puts us in room for the cannons. Nostradamus then takes over. So to put it simply, we'll be going in early, removing the fog from the ships. We will attack the ships as they become visible, rinse, repeat until they are no more. Thank you. While the main fleet is locked with the fog, the rest of the Terror will seek out Thaddeus's flagship and attempt to take it out on their own. We will assume that it will be buried in the center of the fleet, so getting to him will be incredibly difficult with standard gunfire. However, if we can wait until the lines break, we may be able to catch him out in the open. So, another hand raises. What happens if the fog isn't gone by the time they get closed, like the gap? It doesn't seem we could like do too much, yeah? Correct. If our plan for the fog takes time, we split off early and attempt to surround them while peppering them with cannons. Once them surrounded, then if we can maintain, then we have the advantage. What if we run out of gunfire, like a gunpowder? Adrian chimes over from everybody's shoulder. If you run out of gunpowder, then you look to board. And if you don't have men to board, you figure something out. So it's like a suicide mission then? Like we ain't got no plan to retreat?
Only if you die.
So Phantasma begins speaking. We do have a plan. If you hear 3 horn passes, we are in, and you hear this raspy, vicious voice spitting venom from right behind Nostradamus and starts pointing a newly purple finger at the person. If you think that we are going to be retreating, you better just stay in your bunk. We don't need you. Yeah? So I guess just fuck me for thinking strategically then, eh? Retreating is not a strategy, it is cowardice. You calling me a coward? If the girdle fits. And as he says that, that dude just breaks line. He's from the VRF. Breaks line, jumps over these 2 guys. They start to like just try to like reel him in. Ishkar tries to push Nostradamus to the side. Luckily, she's kind of exhausted, so he just is able to like pin her against one of the bunks and is staring at her just intently. And you guys all watch as this scene sort of like this tense moment of like rapid movement, then all of a sudden gets squashed. Nostradamus has Ishkar pinned to the bed as the VRF is subduing this angry captain. And with that, you hear Cloverfoot. Stand down, Private. It's not time for fighting amongst ourselves. Nostradamus follows up. Cloverfoot is right. And he looks at her, takes a deep breath. He goes, and if I see any of you turn tail before those blasts, you can forget about the fog. I will kill you myself. We will not win with cowardice or second chance thinking. This is all or nothing. We cannot lose, and if there's any doubt in your mind, any doubt about our victory, I want you all to do something as he takes 2 massive steps forward. Think about those whom you've lost. Think about their faces, the sound of their voices, the warmth of their embrace. I want you to imagine telling them, you could have tried harder. That if only you tried as hard as you said, and as hard as you wanted it, you could have saved them. Now, think of the rest of the world. The people, families, brothers, sisters, neighbors that still live and breathe. Think of those who can still be saved, waiting on our success to bring peace to this world. Now imagine their hands at your back, holding you up, pushing you towards victory. You owe it to them, your loved ones, and yourselves to put everything you have into this fight. Because if you and everybody fucking else on this ship holds the line, we win. And you hear like a pause, and all of a sudden like this uproar of as like the Golden Dawn captains just like Night of Fire, and the rest of them start to like roar over the crowd. He holds out his hand. This energy you feel, keep it close. It will serve you well. Let its embers ignite the fire on every ship in this fleet until we illuminate the Orange Coast. We will fight, and we will win. So Phantasma steps forward as she's like quieting down them as they wanted to roar again. All right, quiet down. Now, that's us for it. That is it for us. General Cloverfoot, do you have any words for us? As a matter of fact, I do. Steps forward. It wasn't long ago that a young man came to me with dreams of changing the world for the better. I thought this man's a noble cause it was just. I thought that the nation of Vishundu could be of service. But do you want to know what my superiors told me when I asked them for aid? And he changes his voice. The fight in Visundu is more important than some petty squabbles between pirates. As he like holds like a hoity-toity hand out. When I heard these words, I've never felt more embarrassed for my own nation, my own people. My commanding officers have lost their way. My government has lost its way. And I intend to show them what is the right path. I have given up my titles, my accolades, my property, and most of my family, just to be here with you all. You are my family now. And if you ask me if I could go back in time, would I make the same decision? I can tell you all right now, I choose this path every single fucking time, without hesitation. Men and women, my men, he looks back at his troops. My men and women stand ready to fight for freedom and justice. And he looks over at the other half because they're pretty much divided down the center like a high school dance. What do you all say? Fuck yeah, let's go! As like this almost spark of just camaraderie just ignites across this crowd. Nostradamus, let's put in this. He goes, all right, all right, all right. Calm down. We've all said a bunch of words here today, and I want you all to think hard on them. We need you to talk to your brothers and sisters. Make sure that everybody has their heads on straight till tomorrow. Today is for talking, tonight is for preparing, and tomorrow is for action. So get yourselves prepared, because there's one last big sleep between us and them. Good night, soldiers. Get ready for war. And you just hear this like last like hoorah over the crowd as they all kind of just like jitterly look around for like, what are we gonna do? And Cloverfoot goes, men and women, shoot up, get out of here, single file, wait for Finn to take us out of here. And he looks over at the guy who had the outburst and goes, we will talk. So I think as the rest of the captains are starting to get themselves ready to teleport out of the Terror of the Deep, let's take a break. We'll get back as people are pouring out and the Terror becomes way less crowded, and you guys can more or less kind of figure out what you guys want to do with the remaining half of the day before your long rest. Okay?
Sounds good.
Yeah. So thank you for staying with us. We'll be back in 10 minutes.
Boop.
And welcome back to the West March Guys live stream. I'm still your host, and these are still my players. Thank you. We just finished up a long-winded speech to all of the captains of the Rebel fleet. They are starting to be slowly dismissed via teleportation circle in Finn. Meanwhile, while it's happening, the rest of the captains will kind of do a little powwow, a little circle on the tear, comprised of the generals, as they all kind of look around. Phantasma goes, I thought that went pretty well. He goes, yeah, that's Brian just chides right back. Yeah, it was just talk. It's supposed to go well. That's not the hard part. Tomorrow's the fucking hard part.
Depends you ask.
So we're all ready to go, right? There's nothing lurking in the shadows that any of us need to worry about. When we hit the go button, it means go, right? We're all good on that. Terror.
Okay, so yes, there is absolutely something lurking in the shadows. There's several things lurking in the shadows. There's going to be things that we don't expect to happen that will happen, and we just have to accept that those things will happen. There's nothing lurking that we can plan for.
Okay, well, that's reassuring as ever. But I mean, I don't mean that sarcastically. I mean that like, I'm with you, man. Well,
Also, I mean, we did brush on this briefly, but the hags are still kind of a wild card, and we don't know what effect that's going to have on the fight.
what do we know they can do?
Well, so far they've controlled the weather.
Okay, so it's definitely going to be in their favor.
Yep. So far, I mean, I believe that they are the source of that is his power, whatever the fuck power he has, his ghostly presence, his ability to just I guess regenerate. I'm not entirely sure what he's doing.
Wait, can you me and the rest of the captains up to speed on the hags? Because I don't remember, like, who are the hags again? Is it just like a hag coven? Because they'd have to be really strong. Like,
Yeah, we're pretty sure it's some kind of an. Actually, where's Julia? Julia's like standing right next to me, underneath me. Oh wait, no, Julia's not short anymore.
yeah, she's not short anymore. She's tall, baby.
She's got like food in her mouth. She's like, what?
Finn's looking around for
after the meeting.
Finn's like looking around for a gnome and forgets that she's like up high.
So the hags, as she flips through her notebook.
Oh,
goes
yeah.
way back.
You're Julia.
People gotta stop changing bodies.
Yeah, right.
Well, you know what? To be honest, we need to stop fucking dying.
Well,
I
there's
don't think it was voluntary, was it?
They agreed to it. That's as voluntary as you get.
Well, all right. So these hags are no hags. We know they control the weather, and they know that it's the source of Thaddeus's power. So how do we know that if we kill Thaddeus? Like how is he killable? He's killable, right? You say he's a ghost?
I can think of a way that we could possibly kill Thaddeus. Because I think if we try to just fight him, he may not die. And if he does die, they may be able to bring him back to life.
That's where I was going.
Unless
We kill the hags first.
I don't know if we can access the hags. We have not been able.
As it is.
We have not been able to find any evidence of the hags anywhere. Julia's
Unless we
looked.
just take his head and keep his head.
We could try to trap him.
Trap his soul? Can we do that?
We could try something like that. I mean, we do need a human soul to do the Jeremy thing, but
Are we sure he's human still?
I don't fucking know. Are we sure you're whatever the fuck you are?
Is Thaddeus even real?
He's real. I don't know if he's human. I would consider him more of a monster than a human.
Could Thaddeus survive death in an anti-magic circle?
I don't know. But if he no, because if he dies, then his soul goes away, and then it could possibly be brought back. We need a way to
Trap his soul.
either capture him or make it so that his soul cannot go to the afterlife.
I'm
We
I'm a spirit
extend-
barbarian, but I don't know too much about the demonic souls. So now, does he even have a soul? Can he even have one now?
Well, that's a good point. If he's with hags, there is a chance they have his soul.
Yeah, shit.
Okay, so I guess if we're really going to cut to the chase here, this may not stop at Thaddeus, but it could at least stop a massive amount of bleeding. Because it sounds like the hags, no matter what, are a problem after this.
Yeah, he might just be kind of like a tool for them then, for whatever they're trying to do.
Oh, great.
Fails, they might just like, all right, well, you suck, and they might move on from him.
So are we saying that Thaddeus is not the BBEG?
I don't know. I mean, he's the biggest one that's currently in our face, so with the biggest issue, yeah. But it sounds like the more we talk about this, the more there could possibly be. We just need to trap his soul so he can't come back.
Well,
do we have a way to do that?
pretty
No,
sure.
but Colorado sure does.
And he is where?
How if his soul is
He apparently had a quote emergency back home.
Okay, well that helps us
You
a
can,
lot.
you
That's
can
great.
communicate with him, yeah?
Yeah, here you go. I can give whoever needs it the communication stone.
Who?
Oh,
Who?
also, I
Okay.
forgot to mention, he also, as a side note, mentioned that you could keep the earrings for the time
I
being.
knew he knew I had the earrings. I knew it. I thought I was being slick, but all right.
Everyone went to sleep and he goes, I already have true sight up, detect magic.
Well, you can't detect. You can't use magic to detect non-detection things.
Well, yeah, it's true. I guess you just have to go look at your ear.
Then if he used detect magic and you had 0 magic on you, then wouldn't that kind of alert?
That's true, yeah. No matter what, he would have found it.
If you saw a void where you were sleeping, he would be able to infer, I believe.
Oh yeah, that's pretty true.
Etrian, what do I look like in your true sight with this earring in?
How long did he have it up for?
I've had it up the whole time, so I was looking at him earlier.
Okay, yeah. So what was the question did you have, Finn?
What do I look like in true sight with this earring in?
I mean, he looks normal.
Just normal.
You
Well,
just can't scry him.
we have oh wait, we can't scry on this place anyways. Because
That's valid. What was I gonna say? I don't remember. So many things going on.
doesn't Heavy Neck have a way to trap souls in a gem or something?
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, I mean, from your memory, yeah, he was like his main thing was dealing with a soul that he wanted to like move from an object into another one.
Yeah.
So we have to no.
There's no way after this that he's
No.
gonna marry.
He would have to expel the soul that's already in his hook.
It's not the hook, it's in the gem.
Yeah.
It's in the gem. Okay, he'd have to expel the soul that's already in the gem, and we don't know what you have to do to be able to do that. let alone also entrap somebody else into it.
Loratus, we have so many questions. First off, what was the first question?
How are you? Are you okay? I think should be the first one because he
How-
went emergency.
And how soon can you get here?
How soon can you get here? And I hope you're okay.
Thank you. Just we've asked a lot from him, you know.
Do we have a diviner anywhere? Like,
Around here? No, unfortunately
no?
not.
Oh, fuck me. All right. Do we have? Well, you can do divination, right, Magmore?
I
Send.
it's a ritual.
Okay. Can we? We can't contact the hags if we don't know exactly who we're talking to, right?
Yeah, you need like to be at least familiar. I believe it. Wait, are you casting sending?
No, I have divination.
I just want to tell the hags that they're backing the wrong guy.
And you believe they will listen.
I have access to it. It's just not prepared.
I don't know if they'll listen, but I mean, maybe they'll watch, and then once he starts to lose, then they'll decide not to back him anymore.
Perhaps.
What if they're like,
But do we?
think it's like his son and they won't just give in like that? And they're like, oh no, it's our boy.
I don't know. They're hags. I don't know.
This is a you. If you're going to try and haggle with a hag, you're asking for a raw deal. They don't do deals that don't benefit them. Just keep that in mind.
So how does Thaddeus benefit them? I guess
Control.
know.
See?
Chaos. Depends what they're after. We won't know until we know who they are.
True.
Unless I can make one hell of an insight check.
I feel like there is a more pressing matter in front of our faces, and that is the large number of ships that we
Yeah.
have to sort of
And
take care of.
Adrian's sitting there like he's like, you guys get off track real quickly.
It's all related, man. You have no idea.
I
There's
mean,
going
but you guys can speculate all you want, but I think that the more prudent thing is to go and make sure that our soldiers are ready for battle.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm out of magic, so you guys have to swim up to your ships. I apologize.
Really.
I literally used so much magic getting everyone here, and then getting everyone else back to the
Guys,
fleets.
It's you're just going to get a little wet. I will take you. Don't worry. Come on, let's go. Get into the airlock.
We're like not even that far from the surface.
Yeah, come on. It's not even that big of a deal. Let's go. And she's gonna like start pushing all of like at least Adrian and Bryden and Captain Rain. I believe who else am I? Riley. And then yeah, the rest of them just kind of like get into the airlock. Phantasma waves.
If anybody like really can't be in the water, I can teleport you 1,000 feet up, and then figure it out, right?
What would you rather?
She hits the button without any of them being able to respond as the water just kind of like gushes in. They all look upwards as the circle, the hatch opens, and they all kind of just start to swim outwards. If any of you are close to a porthole, you can just watch Phantasma wild shape into a killer whale, and she'll just take them to their ships. She will return in about 5 minutes. So you finally see her blue feet get back into the airlock as she wrings her hair out.
See, that was so much more efficient than me using literally all of my magic.
Well,
We should have just done that to begin with.
we probably could have, but your magic was very efficient at going much further and being quicker.
Okay, fair. Yeah.
And you're also going to go to sleep.
Oh, I kept my 9th level.
But honestly, Finn, just on the look of you, I don't want you to tax yourself until the big one. Okay, so don't worry. I probably should have stepped in and did the wild shape thing sooner, but I want you you look so frail.
Are we sure that we don't want me to try the thing on Heavy Neck again?
Okay, but I have a question. And real talk, what does it benefit with releasing Heavy Neck?
He's really good at when we have to kill a bunch of people.
Yep.
Is that
Assuming he's even willing after his
essential ban?
treatment.
We also don't have to worry about him turning on us at an inopportune moment.
Also true.
Because he is a heavy damage dealer, and we were able to deal with him collectively, but in the thick of it, it would not be great.
It would probably make Sheila happy. That's a plus.
He is my friend.
Yeah, I mean,
Also, he may know a thing or two about the
soul gem.
the soul issue.
Loratus should too. I'm pretty sure that he helping him with it.
He gave him a book, right?
Yeah, so Loratus has to know more than that fucking idiot.
All right, and where's Larodis? He's dealing with an emergency.
Okay, well, just hold on.
Whatever that means.
I'm sure
Loratus,
it's
are you
like
there? Loratus, look, Loratus, can you pick up and tell me if you're there? I hope you're okay.
Loratus.
So
Can you hear me now?
it honestly takes about 30 minutes of her like doing it every 5 minutes before she finally goes, oh, whew, okay. They were dealing with.
The giant?
Did you guys know that Maruta was pregnant?
No?
Oh.
That is an adequate emergency.
Is
Okay.
that why they switched places?
It is, seems, but now it's starting to come. But apparently she was having complications and felt like something was happening, and he came to make sure. He says it's nothing.
Again, an adequate emergency.
Tell him we all said congratulations.
They're all Dragonborn, right?
Yeah.
why would she be pregnant? I thought they were talking.
Who-
You do not
who-
have to talk to procreate.
Yeah.
Who knows how long Dragonborns stay pregnant? This could have been from years ago.
Gonna make a nature check.
Veteran shark.
Sheila cannot compute that one. She's just like, what?
Not on the page. 20, nice. Yeah, it's like a normal pregnancy.
Okay.
What is normal in this world? No, it's like 9 months.
Are the kids dragons?
I mean, how long has this campaign been?
They're-
Like 2
They
months?
are half dragons.
Half dragons, half dragonborn? So what does that even fucking mean? 3/4 dragons?
Anthropomorphized dragons.
Anybody want to roll a history or a nature check on Finn's question?
History.
Can I use my 20?
Oh, God.
I'll roll a history,
I'll
I
roll a
guess.
history check.
I'll let Julia do it.
This time.
Okay.
Wait.
Not that great.
26. Nature.
Woo!
Okay, so Etrin, you would know that half dragons, after a certain age, start to exhibit more of their dragon features. So you would know that, like, so let's say, what was his name? Alharic, the archer. When he reaches about 75 and their ages are much longer, like 250 to 300 years, he will develop wings, and his body will like start to develop a little bit more draconic, like dragon proportions. So like he'll like elongate a little bit. He'll grow, like his claws will become longer. His scales will develop a little bit more elaborately. His horns might grow extra or might fork off into different shapes. But they will go through a like almost like a molting or transformation process that then reveals their dragon ancestry later on.
Cool. I relate that in a very dry and like very boring way, but it's very interesting stuff.
He has it.
All right.
Well,
Army.
thank you for that beautiful wiki, Etrian. We know so much now.
Also, Etrian, you would pick up that there is a possibility that like at a large numbers of multiples. So like when a dragon mates with a dragonborn, there's a high chance of like twins, triplets, quadruplets, quintuplets. So
Neat.
that is the reason why, like, if you like you're starting to put together that there are almost like stages of births within Loratus's family, so that there's specific age ranges.
You had
that
a
have
like
born, and they're all really similar in age.
yeah. They had like almost groupings at different ages.
Yeah. So, he also said that he can come back. She's stable now, so he will return after they have had their food. He also said, "What kind of food do you guys want for dinner?"
He's gonna make her cook after she just gave birth.
Doesn't the kitchen cook itself?
I don't know if she's
Yeah.
down there though. Every time we've been there, she's been in there doing stuff.
I doubt that he's going to make his.
I feel like that is more of a
Yes.
hobby.
Yeah.
Sheila's gonna say baby back ribs.
I want one of those long rest potions just to have.
Okay.
Can the kitchen do that?
Um,
The hell of a kitchen.
roll D100 for me.
And I want my baby back ribs to be to give me a +1 strength for.
I only require sustenance.
Nope, sorry.
No,
No,
okay.
What was
but
the DC on that?
had to be in the 90s. So, just so you guys will get all the food that you ask for. He asks, what else? What else would we need? Health potions, please. And
Anyways, give me better armor. That'd be incredible. My armor class is 15, and I feel like that's bad.
define armor. You don't you're wearing basically nothing anyway.
Aren't you a druid?
Yeah, but I have light armor on, and I can wear medium armor.
So you
Just
can't. Is it that you can't wear metal armor, or is that only moon druid? I can't remember.
I think druids avoid wearing metal. I mean, I'm sure that there are instances of it, but it's typically it's reserved to natural materials that aren't worked. They're mostly found.
downside to it. They just don't. They just say that they avoid it. But yeah, just anything. If I can I have a +1 shield, +2 armor, it'd be great. Anything to be above 15. Most stuff's gonna hit me anyways, but at least a little stuff won't.
Nocton.
Yes.
What is your are you on D&D Beyond?
No, but
You have a passive intelligence score.
my passive perception. Oh, passive intelligence. What is
Yeah,
that?
I think it's passive investigation. Is that what you're
investigation. Okay.
My ordinary investigation,
Yeah,
plus,
just give me your modifier.
is 11.
Okay. I'd say you're no matter whatever it would be this is gonna be enough.
I have proficiency in leatherworkers tools, smith tools, tinker's
I was gonna
tools.
so Etrian's complaining about armor, and you're just kind of you're sitting there, and just all of a sudden you can't help yourself. You're looking at him head to toe, and you're you're already compartmentalizing the materials in your head, and you're I could make that really really quickly if and you're already mentally measuring
I'm
out
digging
shoulders.
through a box. There's a boot. I just throw a boot on the floor. It's made of leather.
Noctis disappears and just starts rummaging through a bunch of shit. He'll come back later.
Cool.
Okay, but he said he'll be here in what would you say, an hour? He said an hour, so okay, so for the plan of scouting Daddy the Fog, when do we want to do that? Do we want to do that before our long rest or after? Before the fight?
Before, I don't want to waste spells and stuff the day of.
So do we, because I have Windwalk prepared, we could do a quick scoot around.
Do a quick.
We still have some daylight, and then maybe hopefully find him and then come back. What'd you say, Magmore?
I mean, if we did that tonight, that would be good. But we should probably also plan on doing another pass before we do anything, because they can move.
Well, yes, exactly. But at least we can get some sort of heading, because we can at least approximate their position. But I absolutely agree, Magmore. Thank you. So who wants to? I think we should do it tonight.
Passive perceptions.
I suppose I should go with you just so we can get out in a pinch.
Mine's 15.
I am happy to attend.
So, all right, you can come, but Jesus. Eat. Um.
I mean, I can stay too. I figured
Oh no.
if you need a quick out.
We won't be able to though, because you'll be wind, and it takes a minute for us to turn back into people.
We'll just zoom out. We don't. It will be fine. But we still need
Okay.
every set of eyes. And if as long as you promise don't do anything stupid, yes, you can.
I
Please-
can't promise that. I'll stay here.
At least he's
Is that a joke or are you coming?
No, I will stay here.
Define stupid.
Engaging the enemy.
Understood. And if they engage us first,
We're
run.
going to be wind, so hopefully we won't have to worry about navigating their fog as wisps of cloud. It would
well, if we have true sight, there is a possibility that they also have true sight.
Would True Sight show us as anything other than, because we turn into wind?
you turn into, I mean, turn into like a creature, but true sight reveals, like, I guess it would, if they had true sight.
Would it
then-
reveal a soul?
Yeah, it would. I think it would just if you used magic to transform into it, it would reveal you as just you. You just be like a floating you,
That's funny.
because it reveals all. So it because I remember I got that wrong in Godosi, and I'm
Are we concerned that
they can't all have true sight. I mean, if we as long as
someone
we
may
don't-
have it?
I'm saying what I'm saying is we don't even have to really get that close. We could really just find their position and then approximate their path and
Oh
then
yes, I can
act
certainly help.
accordingly. And then
Of
that way we don't actually go deep into the thick of the fog and maybe possibly expose ourselves. It's the safest option I could think of.
Agreed.
All right. Are we okay with that plan? Finn, is with that plan, are you going to come or are you going to stay?
I'm going to. You know what?
Someone should stay and guard Heavy Neck.
I'm gonna give one of you True
Going
Sight.
anywhere, is he?
I am very suspicious.
All right, who wants True Sight?
I believe
Passives.
it would
Shit.
Perception's
help me sufficiently.
I mean,
Wait, Nocturne, don't you have True Sight?
I do not.
Yeah, okay. Well, who can see the farthest to begin with?
I think that is me.
Okay. Boop. 2 hours.
that's easy. Nice. Okay. So Nocturne, you have true sight?
I do now.
And now I have no reason to go. Have fun.
All right, Captain taking a seat back. The rest of you can go up to the airlock. Pour in, systematically. Eject yourselves out into the water. Phantasma can wrap the wind around you guys until it consumes you. And you burst through the water and out, heading to your best knowledge was southeast. Can two of you, or one of you with advantage, make a survival check for me?
me included.
Yeah, everybody. Everybody who's with the cloud, but Finn is staying behind. There you go. There you go. Don't worry. With a 25 and an 18, you're plenty able to, over the course of, I want to say, because you're so fucking fast, and if you dash, I'd say it's probably like sub 30 minute. No, it's a whole day. So let's call it an hour and a half, 2 hours. It's hard to tell exactly, but it's been a while. You guys finally see a massive roving fog cloud. And in the center, speckled with a purple and a yellow fog, kind of just like sitting in the middle of this like black donut. And it looks like it's heading fairly parallel to the coastline. So it looks like they're heading, like they're not, and they're about maybe like a quarter of a mile off from the coast. So to your best knowledge, you guys can kind of tell that that's their path. So actually here, let me move you to the right page and I'll draw it for you. What you guys can assume. So it looks like freehand black. So that looks like their rough path. So following the coastline more or less to a T is how they're traveling. You see that their numbers are maybe have gotten more. That looks like there's tons of the deep crows flying around overhead. You can also randomly hear just like some cannon fire shoot off from it, and then just like some of the fog moving out of the way, and then a big giant splash of a cannon shot. So they're moving in a direct. You've discovered the direction. You can approximate that. I regret to ask this. Is there anything you guys want to try and do against the wishes of Phantasma as you guys hover above this fleet, or do you guys want to safely just go back?
I'm good this time.
I'd like to, other than a visual guess of the distance that they're going, I'd like to sort of like gauge the
Speed.
current wave patterns, etc.
All right, so roll me an investigation check. You'll have to descend a little bit to try and get a better beat on the waves, but it seems like there is an abnormal current stream that is carrying them in a direction. Like there's the wake of the boat, but around the boat there is almost a secondary wake where it looks like there is almost like a jet stream of water current that is backing them and pushing them with like the wind.
A fell wind. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Understood. So they're not basically I wanted to confirm that they were not using natural weather patterns, that they are being
It seems like the
guided
weather
in a
is working
direction.
yeah, exactly. The weather is working abnormally in their favor.
I have seen enough.
Okay. All right. So you guys can gather
Does
yourselves.
Does
Go
it
ahead.
look any smaller than the last time we saw it, like the grouping?
More or less, it's stayed the same.
Okay.
It doesn't look like there has been a size increase in like the diameter or the volume of it. So like hasn't been an addition of more ships from what you can tell.
Okay. All right.
And the gold sails stayed on.
Yeah, it looks like the gold sails have just been consumed in the fog. Just they're part of the whole now. But with that, you guys can gather yourselves and fly the 30 minutes back to the massive resistance fleet that you guys have gathered for yourselves. You guys can get where you think you guys left the terror, but you'll have to, once you get into the water, find it a little bit. It only takes about 5 minutes, but you guys can get through the airlock and onto nice dry wood floor of the Terror of the Deep. You guys look around. It seems like it's starting to get pretty late after all that talk, all of that excursion coming back. So it seems pretty quiet. Sorry, Sheila. BG already is sleeping in your rope bed with Cynthia, the white dragonborn, resting like in her arms, just like with her head like up, beating up and down with her breath. But it seems like everyone's kind of like already gone to bed. And Heavy Neck's box is missing. Just kidding.
Damn it, Finn! You had one job.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
if Heavy Neck's box was not there, it would be at the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I made a decision. No, everything seems good. Everything is quiet. Everything seems peaceful. Loratus is sitting there. with books in hand, feet crossed, and goes, You're early. Welcome. Nocton, care to join me?
Of course.
Okay, so for the rest of the night, you two can kind of buckle in and start to try and uncover more research about this separation ritual, or like old one magic or eldritch magic that you've been searching for.
And Loretus doesn't know what's blocking us from just dispelling the Gaius, or Gaius, however you pronounce it, that's on Heavy Neck, correct?
To be honest, I assume that this is a multi-faceted curse would be the easiest, simplest way to put it, but it would be like it's a curse within it's like a curse on a curse. So there's protection magic wrapped around it. It's like it seems like whatever this condition was meant to be, it was a punishment. And it's hard to get out of it without losing pretty much everything. That's from what I can theorize.
Finn's laying in bed, but his eyes are just like he's just awake. He's just laying in bed, and he's just gonna be like, "It's not unbeatable, though."
That's
And
right.
that
If anyone else can do wish, they might be able to fix him, but it's a lot.
I reserve my wish for a
Better cause. That's fair.
I know the limitations of the spell, and I would rather not lose it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Finn, I commend you. The balls that it took to do that. You risked a lot. Sheila, you awake?
Of course.
You need to make sure you thank Finn for your sanity, at least for the next year. Every day.
I will.
You don't
Thank
have
you.
to do it every day. Maybe like every other day is fine.
Girl, what did you do? Trying to help you out. Every day, Sheila. And with that, unless there's anything anybody else wants to get out, talk, go through, we will session here, and hopefully we will be able to pick up the next session with, it's going to be a very, very long one, but it's the big show, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna go fight Thaddeus, and we're gonna kill him.
Finn's gonna shocking grasp the air real quick.
Ooh, all right, roll me another D100.
Okay.
This DC is rather low. Nice.
68 again.
Okay, yeah, you're fine. So you're sitting there, you start to let off sparks a little bit. Nothing happens for a little bit. You get a little discouraged, but then you feel just coming underneath your neck and then underneath your chin and then wrapping up and then perching right on your head. You feel, what is it, Trisket?
Yep.
Yeah, you feel Trisket kind of like and like peck at your head and let out like little sparks and then frizz it up.
I can't see you this time, bud, but I know you're there. Why don't you stick around for this one? It's gonna be exciting.
You have
Yeah, I know.
a friend.
The friend has moved from his head and is now curled up right in the middle of your chest.
Is
And
this
feel-
new?
Vio Macania, maybe? When did we meet, bud? I don't remember.
What is the word? It is
Really
endearing. It is quite endearing.
He is my friend. Actually, do you have any other friends? Do you have anybody that can help us? You have any big friends? Might look like that guy over there.
Finn, his head tilts as you say big friend, and you get this because they can only really communicate feeling. So you get this feeling of he was very concerned when he latched onto you, and then you got a feeling of empathetic comfort. So he was trying to comfort you as he was wrapping around you. But then you said big friend, and then recognition like washes over you, and it's almost like he understood and knows what you're talking about.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, and anything, if we got a wild card that can help
China.
us in any way, that'd be cool. All right, well, stick around. Don't leave. Don't leave. I'm gonna go to sleep now. Good night.
Yeah.
As you feel yourself sinking into sleep, he has not left you. So you almost sync up with your feelings. And as you drift off, you feel the same spark of recognition, like he's thinking about the big thing you were talking about.
hmm
And it's nervousness, and then outright fear. And then you feel him like jump off of your chest, and then he in a fit is gone.
No.
But you will wake up with him there again. It's just he had a bad nightmare.
Ah.
So it seems. But after about, longer than you wish, eventually he will return and like creep around your shoulder and then nestle like much closer into your neck, basically.
Mm.
He
likes the beard.
Yeah. Oh, he's definitely trying to get into like the smallest crevice of wherever your like head is, so he can feel as close as possible. But with that, sign 04, let's end it. Thank you everybody for staying tuned. We were responsible, but next time, no holds barred. It's gonna be a long one. But I don't fucking care. I'm excited. So thank you, and we'll see you next time.
Yay!
Yay.